Good day, and thank you for joining us. With me is a very special guest. His name is Harald Thiers. He's an engineer, and we have lots to talk about. That's why we made the decision to do a series of 3 to 4 interviews in which we talk about several topics. Today we're going to talk about health. Welcome, Harald. Good to have you in the studio with us.
Hello, Patricia.
Yeah.
See you again. Nice to meet you again.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we start, please tell everybody who's watching this, who are you?
Yeah, I'm a very simple person, normal person. I'm not something whatever. I'm actually a mechanical engineer, and I was working many years as a project manager in Dubai and Germany and so on. And due to a lot of work, I ruined my whole health. I had a burnout and many problems, allergies, and energy was down. And therefore I started to study alternative medicine by myself, more than 25 years. And I got so many interesting information. And in the end, everything became very simple and easy. And I used it for myself. I was my own testing person, my own test rabbit. And I improved all of my health. I got rid of many health problems, and I like to share it with the public because health is very easy. You have just to understand it.
Yeah, you make me very curious, Harald.
I'm explaining this. Yeah.
I just explained we're going to do a series of interviews with you. The first thing that I hear is that you were sick. You had a lot of things going on, like allergies, and did you go to see a doctor, or what happened? Why did you study it for so many years?
No, because I actually was having too much stress, not relaxing, working. I was very successful in my job and so on, and had good companies supporting my job, and really was nice. And I built my own house, family, and university. I study here in Utrecht also in English language. Was a big challenge, yeah. And when you don't take relaxing, you don't care for your health, you don't take supplements, you have all radiation, whatever is there, you take all the negative things. There is a day when your health is down, and that happened to me 30 years ago. Now I'm more healthy than 30 years ago. I got all my health back due to this, because it was a serious situation, and I felt when I don't find a solution, I will get in serious trouble, and therefore I was digging, and found amazing things.
Yeah, tell us about what did you find?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, everything actually, I started when you are an engineer, you have very fundamental questions. Yeah, not some strange questions the doctor would ask you, but the fundamental question for me was, why are we dying? What is the reason? 1 second before death and afterwards, we have the same vitamins, minerals, the same water, same temperature, the same soul. Everything is the same. What is the difference? Only electricity is gone. Boom, that's it. So when I was asking, where does the electricity come from?
Yeah.
No doctor is answering us this question, but it's a fundamental question. When you die from a lack of electricity, you should think of it and you should look for it, where it's coming from, why does it go down, why does it disappear, and how we can bring it up. Yeah? And these 3 principles, when you understand this, and when you understand how the body produces electricity, and when you support the body doing this, actually you can live forever. Unlimited lifetime. You die only when electricity is gone. And living cells, Dr. Alexis Scalar made experiments with cells from chicken hearts, and he could keep them alive for 28 years. They only died because the laboratory experts there forgot to exchange a liquid. That is feeding the cells and taking away the bad things out of the toxic products from the cell energy production. Yeah? And he could prove that actually living tissue is living forever. Yeah? But due to all these negative environments, circumstances, radiation, poisonous things, and so on, and step by step our DNA is changed. And therefore the reproduction of the cells goes a little bit more bad. There comes a time when you have not the perfect condition again, but this one even can be repaired with high voltage. Therefore, these Lakowski devices are very helpful, because high voltage will cut down bad water cluster structure, will produce electrons. And there was an experiment in Switzerland, a company Ciba-Geigy. They took fish eggs, put it in a Petri glass with water, and gave high voltage on top of this vessel, but 6,000 volt or something, but not alternative currency, but same currency. And after 1 week, they took the fishes, started breathing the fishes from the eggs, and we got fishes out there that never looked like their parents. The fishes were looking like the parents back many thousand generations to the level of creation. Perfect DNA structure. They had a complete different shape, because all the DNA damages were repaired due to electrons. High voltage causes electrons.
Yeah, but isn't it so that, for example, 2 centuries ago, people became 40 years. If you were lucky, you would age up to 50 years. So now people are aging until 90 years, but they have a lot of defects.
Yeah, okay. Let's have a little bit look more to the past. When you go to famous Greek philosophers or whatever, they were 80 years, 70 years, 90 years. Not a big difference to our nowadays lives. So, but why did we have a lower life expectancy in the Middle Age? You see, we had a 30-year war from 1618 to 1684. And in this war, 2/3 of the European population were killed. And when you calculate this, then you get a very low life expectancy. You have to consider the average of the age of the population. Maybe someone got 80, someone died with 25, and you get an average of whatever. But I think it's more a story, and also the good things were taken away from people. When you look to the real history of mankind, Hyperborea, Grande Tartaria, and those kind of things, people were extremely healthy. They had a very long lifetime. And when we look for the Cathars, they had a group of the so-called perfecti, highly spiritually developed beings, and they could reach an age of 1,700 years. And some of them are even living nowadays.
Yeah, but they were vegans. Most of them didn't eat almost anything. I think they only lived probably on water and breath.
Yeah. No,
and
maybe
what
not
you
so much,
see
right?
nowadays is that a lot of people, they want to get healthy, but they don't want to do anything for it.
Sure. Yes, we can explain health a little bit. We are living of energy, of electrons actually. When we have no electrons, nothing will work. And our cell is a production machine for adenosine triphosphate. That is the life energy of cells. And for producing this, we need a lot of magnesium and electrons, and oxygen, for instance. But when we have oxygen in the form of a free radical, electrons are missing. When our cell membrane voltage is low, electrons are missing. But when you have enough electrons, you keep the cell membrane high, you give the oxygen, the free radical oxygen, a lot of electrons, they become bioavailable, and you have a good breathing energy production in the cell using oxygen. When oxygen is missing, the cell will switch over to fermentation of sugar, glucose, and we have cancer cells. That's it. We get cancer due to a lack of electrons. So, and therefore, we have to look where the electrons are coming, and electrons are produced by water. Yeah, we know only from water the three phases, solid, liquid, and gaseous. But there's a fourth phase. Professor Gerald Pollack describes this in his book, the fourth phase of water. Highly interesting, very interesting. And you see a graphics there inside when we produce hexagonal structures and have like a carpet of hexagons, hexagon structure, like a big surface. We get out of each hexagon one free electron. And therefore, out of water, we produce electrons. We get electrons out of water.
And of course, we are 70-80% water.
Exactly, because I'm a mechanical engineer. If I would be the creator, I would build a physical body made of stainless steel. Not rusting, stable. When it falls down, it wouldn't break. But why are we made out of water? It's not something very solid.
No.
Not so stable. But everything that's living, like plants, animals, human beings, are made of water. What has water to do with human life? Well, with life, because water is a key for life. Everywhere in the universe, you get only life energy, also life in our form, using liquid in the body, out of water. Water produces electricity. So, and therefore we consist out of water, but the water will only deliver electricity when it has a hexagonal structure. So, but look at your water tap at home. Do you have a hexagonal water? Never ever. They press it through pipes, and this destroys all healthy structures. Never ever you get any electron from your water at home from your water tap. But when you see a healing well, Masaru Emoto, the pictures, you see hexagonal structures, you get good water, healthy water, electrons. And when you drink healing well water with a lot of electrons, you're drinking, you get life energy. You will be surprised, drinking maybe 5 liters a day, you don't have the need to eat something because you have a lot of energy. And when you have lack of energy with low energy food, like bread, there's no water in, how could you get electrons from bread when there's no electron at all? Therefore, when you eat bread and carbohydrates and all the things, it's taking a lot of energy from your body for digesting, for enzymes, for whatever it's going on. And when you need more energy after one meal, half an hour later, 1 hour later, you're hungry again. So when you have food with low energy, you have a lot of poisonous particles inside, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides.
Was that what you had as well? Because you explained that 30 years ago when you started doing your research, was that the life that you were living? Because of course you were very busy.
I had no idea what is healthy. I just eat whatever, maybe 5 meals a day with whatever amounts. A lot of not good stuff because I had no idea. And I was drinking coffees, 10 cups of coffee a day to get a little bit energy. But when I had burnout, I said, I should look a little bit deeper. I had 20 kilo overweight and so on. And many allergies. My immune system was at 15%. And I had to consider immune system. And even when you look at this, we understand it's made of protein. But when you go to the supermarkets, they sell you proteins from milk products just pasteurized with 68 degrees to 100 degrees. And that's a real problem because pasteurized products are dead proteins, completely dead. You remember our fever thermometer? With mercury inside, had a temperature, maximum temperature of 42 degrees. Why? Because we could never have a temperature in the body 45 degrees. We were dead. 42 was the maximum. Any temperature beyond 42 degrees centigrade will kill living tissue. Therefore, when you boil an egg, you can never get a living chicken out of the egg. Never ever. Heat destroys life. That means any proteins pasteurized at the supermarket are dead food. And out of that food, you can never build up your immune system, never your muscles, never your tissue, never your blood vessels, never ever. And you get a lot of acid out of such food. And this acid gets more and more and more. It has to be diluted in the body by water. Then we get cellulite and this kind of things. Yeah, and when more and more acid is coming, it goes away from the blood. It should stay away from the blood because we need this pH value, 7.38, very precise. Any acid thing would kill you when it's too much. Therefore, the body stores the acid far away from the blood vessels in our joints. The joints are crystal white. So
yeah, it's important. It's you said 7.8.
7.38.
How many of us do have 7.38?
Why do we have it?
No, how many of us have it?
And
how can we measure that?
Actually, you can measure with a pH measuring device and so on, no problem. But the majority of mankind, 98%, should have this precise pH value.
And what happens when it's too low? So lower or higher?
Yeah, okay. This pH in the blood represents a certain relation of minerals. It's maintained by minerals. And you have there a very precise set of minerals to make this pH value. But we need this precise relation of minerals in order to have in our blood 7 frequencies of light. All rainbow colors in the perfect harmony. And only when we have this structure in our blood, our water, plasma water, when we have this structure there, the 7 rainbow color in perfect harmony, we can recreate overtone effects and scalar waves and levitation. And therefore our blood can levitate by itself against gravity upwards. And that is the key. Our pump, our heart is not a pump. Everyone is telling us a pump, but I'm a mechanical engineer. So I had to design pumps to calculate. Yeah? And you design a pump. The pump size depends on the size of the network. Big network, need a big pump. Yeah, on the size of the diameter of the pipes, are they wide or small? And depends on the viscosity of the medium. Is it liquid water or whatever, stiffy oil or something like this? So, and therefore, consider our human body. We have a blood system with all veins, arteria, capillaries, maybe 100,000 kilometers. 100,000 kilometers.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Blood system.
Yeah.
And the smallest capillaries are thinner
So in our system, I'm going to repeat this again.
Yeah.
Because I know we have billions of brain cells.
Yeah.
But so in my body, there's like 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels.
Blood systems. Yeah, it's amazing. And so the smallest blood capillaries have the size of a human hair. Very, very thin. Yeah, you need a microscope actually to look through.
So when I lose one hair, I could say, there it goes.
Yeah, the blood doesn't go through the hair.
No, but
I mean the diameter of the blood vessels. Yeah, and sometimes our blood is not so liquid. How could you handle this huge system with so small pipes, with a pump of this size and this low pressure? Human sense would say impossible, and anyone who studies mechanical engineering has to design a pump. He knows it doesn't work at all. He would get granted 100 Nobel Prizes if he could produce such a pump and being able to handle such a system.
In those 30 years of research, didn't you wonder every time again?
Yeah, of course.
How special is a human? How special is a human body? Because when I hear you talk about the food and the proteins and the acid and the water, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's actually everything is simple. We should live in harmony with nature. Yeah,
we should.
We should, as I said. Yeah. Just look to the animals. Who is using a microwave, or who is cooking his food, or who is having a supermarket, who is having money, who lives separated from nature? Such animals wouldn't survive.
No.
Yeah, but human beings do everything different. Yeah, but health is very easy. You see, I was asking myself, where comes the water from in our body? When a baby is born, it has maybe 3 kilograms, a baby, and 2 liters of water maybe in the body. But when the baby is grown up, there are maybe 50 liters of water. Where comes it 48 liter additional water? Where does it come from? When the baby drinks its water, its milk or whatever, then this liquid goes in and downstairs out. It doesn't flow to the right arm, that the arm can grow, or to any other part of the body that it can be larger and more water. Now, you see, we have in our body chakras. And chakras are energy points. These are dimensional gates, actually like stargates. And with a chakra, you can change matter. And physical matter here, physical matter is nothing else than energy. We have to keep in mind this. And all energy forms can be changed into a different form. You can burn it and you have heat or whatever. And also you can suck subtle energy. We are surrounded by endless energies. When we take this in a toroidal field, we can condense it and we can bring birth to physical matter. And the first matter that is being created with chakras, with portals, is not gold or platinum, whatever costs a lot of money, but its first element is the smallest one, the lightest one in the periodic system, hydrogen. And when this is combining with oxygen, we get water.
Yes.
And therefore,
and all
our
this
body
information is for the last 5,000 years in many cultures. This is known.
Sure, but it's more hidden, taken away. The scientific world is more distracted, confused, and so on. You see, when you study medicine, you don't learn anything about this structure of water. That you have plasma water in your body. And plasma means hexagonal structure. Professor Pollack proved it. And this produces electrons. And when you produce electrons, then you don't... because when our heart would be a pump, you would need the electricity for the pump. But where does the heart get its electrical connection? Maybe it would be 100 kilowatt for this huge pipework. But where do we get 100 kilowatt of energy when our body produces maybe 100 watt? That's all these unexplained things. And I'm digging and trying to understand. And when you look deeper and use your logical thinking, you find all the answers. That means our chakras are able to materialize hydrogen, gets connected to oxygen, and we produce water. Therefore, our body, and out of the water, when we structure the water hexagonal, we get electrons. So that means our body is nothing else than a production machine for water and electricity. And as long as this is working, we can live forever. You understand?
Can we stay young forever?
Of course. Why not? You see? So, and the electrons are in our blood, in our plasma. And why do we need blood circulation? In order to transport this blood with a correct pH value and 7 rainbow colors and overtone octaves, we transport the water from downwards, upwards to the heart. And at the sinus node at the heart, the electrons are taken out of the plasma water, distributed everywhere in the body, to neutralize free radicals, to bring up the cell membrane voltage, to give some electrons for our nerve system, for our brain, for body function, and so on. That's it. We need electrons. And it's produced in our water, in our blood system, plasma water. And then by levitation, it circulates more. It will be again structured hexagonal. It goes up again by levitation. Again, the electrons can be taken out. And this way, we produce our life energy. And it would be useful when a doctor would investigate this mechanism. How long would it last? For 10 minutes, for 20 years, for 200 years? And when we know why it's becoming less, why are our chakras less working, then we know what to do. And what is keeping this down, going less and less, producing less energy, these are the lack of minerals. When we are born, we have so much minerals in our body, Yeah, so many percentage in the body is very high, the percentage in the baby's body, minerals, and a complete set of minerals. Therefore, the mom is asked by the baby at night, I'm hungry here when the baby is inside, go to the fridge, eat the fish, the chocolate, and some other sweets, and so on, all together. And mom is getting the minerals for the baby. Therefore, the baby has a full content, but later on we get food with less minerals, like normal salt, natrium chloride, everything else is taken out, all the other minerals, the same with the sugar. When you have bread, all the outside shells of the bread is taking away the minerals. So that means our mineral content goes down and down and down and down. Therefore, you have not always all 7 rainbow colors. Mineral represent rainbow colors. When you don't have them in a perfect harmony, you have less levitation. Then your chakras work less. The chakras are also not investigated by the doctor. You can see this with a bigger photon camera. Everything is visible, but it's totally ignored. So, but when the levitation gets less and less, you produce less water. And when you produce less water, the older you are, you get dehydrated.
Yeah.
And when you get dehydrated, your brain doesn't work or whatever so good. And also you produce less hexagonal structures, less electrons, and your amount of electrons goes down, 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 down. And when there is a limit, you die.
Yeah, but
That's
I
it.
just wanted to say that I have read a lot about that at the lowest point, so just before somebody dies, the water in the body is at the lowest point. So for example, it could be up to 50%, and then you know, okay, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. But in water, the structure is important.
Yeah. So you talk about, everybody always talks about vitamins, but the minerals are just as important.
The minerals are the key.
It's the combination, or is it first the minerals and then the vitamins?
No,
or
I can explain you. You see, the minerals go down in the long run. It takes you 60 years to bring them here down. So and therefore, when it's down, we produce less electrons. But you can take electrons immediately from outside. When you have cancer, the cell membrane voltage, healthy cell, minus 70 millivolt or higher, goes down first to minus 50, chronic inflammation. It goes further down to minus 20, and minus 20 is cancer. Because there's not enough of electrons. So, but when you like to raise the number of electrons, bringing up the minerals, maybe it takes you 50 years again. When it took you 50 years to go down, or 60, it needs a lot of years to bring it up again. But maybe you die after half year from cancer. That means you have not enough time to raise the amount of minerals to make the perfect harmony again in the body and so on. That's the problem. And therefore, you take immediately electrons from outside, and this is done by vitamins, by antioxidants, by living food, raw food, freshly harvested. The water in food is in plasma condition, but 6, 8, 10 weeks, 10 hours after you take it out of the ground or from the trees, the electrons are gone. You have to have food from the ground, from your garden, freshly harvested, not from Spain or from Portugal or from Turkey or South America. There is no electron in anymore. Also healthy, living food, not cooked food, it will destroy all the electrons. Then you can get from vitamins, as I said, from air, minus ion in the air, this one, and also from earthing your body, going barefoot or using earthing bedroom sheets. They are connected to ground, and then you get electrons, a lot of electrons.
Okay.
But the main killer of electron is radiation, because electrons are only produced with hexagonal water structure, and water is a dipole, and radiation changes the structure.
Is there anything else we need to talk about? We're going to talk about radiation and water, but we're going to do that in another episode. I think we're done for now, Harald Thiers. Thank you.
Thank you.
And for you, thank you for watching. We're going to have a next episode about radiation and water. So please join us. Thank you for being with us. Bye.